Avenue is right because...
Are you ready?
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Because
it's Friday!
Hey.
And the last Friday
Whoa.
of June.
Yes.
Because we're going to have July 1st. July 4th is next Wednesday.
Wednesday, yeah. Yes.
Wowee.
Wow, yeah, exactly right. So it kind of breaks up the week.
It does.
Yeah.
But I bet a lot of people, I know a lot of people left.
Yeah,
They're either leaving tonight, tomorrow, and they're going to be gone all next week through next weekend because July 4th.
Right.
That's a good big holiday because the kids up north are finally off school.
Yeah.
The kids in Florida,
finally.
finally.
Yeah.
And the kids in Florida have been off. And if
Yeah.
you want to party with your relatives, July's the month to do it.
Yeah.
And why not July 4th?
Sure. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
So they said roughly 4 million. Is that right? 4 million people are going to travel this weekend? I think would be more than that.
In Florida alone.
Maybe.
Yeah,
yes.
maybe in Florida. Because I know during the hurricane, when we left, we were on the road with 6 million people.
Okay. And you were in a parking lot, weren't you?
Yes. I-75 was a parking lot going north. Yes.
Wow.
Yes. Should have taken 95, but I was afraid that was going to be a parking lot too. So it's like
if you don't leave a week and a half
Yeah.
before a hurricane, you're doomed.
yeah. Oh, I know.
Just pick a point, go get a motel room.
Right.
You know, if but your condo's pretty sturdy, except for fire.
Yeah. Except for fire.
I mean,
yeah. If it wasn't
if no one smoked, you would be okay.
exactly. Yes.
Did you know that we have Nelson Jones in the house with
Yes,
us?
we
Thank
do.
you, Nelson, for coming tonight.
Hey, you're welcome. Thanks for having me.
Did you know that a whole complex burned down in Cedar Point because
One of our buildings. You know,
right?
Oh.
Where Frank lives.
we have a multiple building complex.
Right.
You know, one of the buildings.
It got
It's,
kaput,
yeah.
and 8 people were without living.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's about 10, I think. Really.
Oh, 10?
Yeah. It was 10 distinct.
10 elderly people,
Yeah.
or generic, or above
Generic.
55.
Yes.
You know,
Geriatric. Is that the word you were looking for?
Maybe,
Is that like
yeah.
generic? Yeah.
yeah. That's like our
Generic-
geriatric bowling on
Generic
Mondays.
geriatrics. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, okay.
That's always unfortunate.
yes.
It
yes.
was extremely. So, okay,
Nelson's got his own theme music.
he does.
There I go.
Oh, yes, they call him the street.
All right. So that's Nelson.
I think it's fun watching the video.
It is.
That no one else can watch it, but
No,
the
no.
3 of us can
Yeah.
watch it.
Ray Stevens is
So we
one
got
of-
a lot to
yes.
talk about
Yes,
with you.
we do.
We're going to change the subject.
Yeah.
We'll get back to what's going on in the area later. But you've got July 4th coming up. You've got a pool party coming up, I believe, and you've got the big skinny dip.
We have the big skinny dip coming up. The pool party that you speak of, that happened.
Oh, it already happened.
Yeah, about a week and a half ago. Two weeks
okay.
ago.
Was it nice?
Yes, it was very. I think we had close to 40 people there.
Wonderful.
Yeah, it was nice.
Good.
All right.
And that was down in Jupiter.
Uh-huh.
Cool beans.
All
That's wonderful. And everyone brought their hors d'oeuvres.
They brought something, between some kind of main dish to hors d'oeuvres to drinks or something.
something to pass, right?
Okay.
Yeah. Very good.
Yeah. So July 4th, anything big on Wednesday? Are you doing your yoga class?
Not on July 4th. July 4th, towards the end of the day. What you have? I think you probably mentioned that a little bit later. We'll be there at the at that marina up in Fort Pierce.
Oh, you're going to this marina. You're going to the Causeway Cove Marina.
Right. We'll have
Okay.
we'll have TCN. We'll have a booth there,
Okay.
and for anybody else who wants to enjoy fireworks or look us up.
They do have a nice fireworks in Fort Pierce, as in Stewart. But I've been up to Fort Pierce and both of them, and they're both wonderful.
Yeah.
hmm Usually they were more off the city marina, but now it's at the Causeway Cove, which is right at the end of the causeway, I believe, somewhere. It's a new marina.
Yes, it's
Is it the one where you before you go over the causeway, Seaway Drive, and you turn to the right where it used to be the Airstream?
think
It was
I
the
think
air-
so. It's
The
a newer
Airstream,
area.
the Airstreams were in there, and it was like a manufactured home, Airstream home
little
based down there.
right.
So yes, I know exactly where that's at.
So we'll be there on the 4th.
Okay.
Very cool. Very cool indeed. And lots to talk about with respect to you've got a brand new brochure that you're going to be handing out there at your booth, right?
Yeah, we'll be hand them out at the booth. You'll see them at the beach as well. And they have
At the beach now. What do you have? Like a little take a card display on the like a bulletin board?
no. We typically have a couple people that would just be
just
there at the
passing
beach,
them out.
just passing
okay.
them out, and just has a bunch of information and points you back to our website has even more information.
So, and you have, it's the benefits of the Treasure Coast Naturalist, right?
Naturist, right.
Naturist. So your memberships are like nothing. They're like $20 a year.
Right.
And 20, 40, 60. I mean, that's a no-brainer for 3 years. It's $60, so isn't that wonderful just to join?
Yep.
And be a part of it. And you have the facilities back at the beach. I think they were away there for a while.
They took a small trip. They disappeared for a day by accident, and so we called them up, and somebody made a mistake, and they brought them back.
Okay.
For the next couple of days.
And you can make donations to that, and that's right at the beach, isn't it?
Don't make donations in there.
No.
Those are just deposits.
Right. Just deposit and
Deposit,
make
so-
your donations in the cup. Yeah.
Well said.
Yeah. That's funny. Okay. I'm always a pun kind of girl like that. So, and how long is the beach?
About 2 miles.
Wow.
2 miles from where you would walk onto the beach in the main entryway.
Right.
About a mile in either direction.
Okay.
Mile north takes you to an area called Little Mud Creek.
Oh, okay. I know where that
just
is.
north of that. It's also a boat launch area.
Uh-huh.
And then about a mile south is about where it's this first reservoir, I guess, that at the power plant.
At the FPNL plant?
Yeah.
Okay. Pretty cool. So that Skinny Dip, how many people did you have last year?
We had 276.
Just shy of
Just-
300. So
just-
you're looking for 300 this year.
And last year I was only looking for 200. We were trying to beat 156 as the year before. So
Wow.
we smashed that. So this year we'd like to get over 300.
All right.
That's
All right.
wonderful.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
I think you'll do it. Everyone can bring their family, their kids,
Oh, sure.
everybody.
Yep.
The dogs.
Yeah, but dogs don't count on the head count.
Why not? If they get in the water and they're dipping and they're naked,
Yeah,
you
they
know.
are. Yes, yeah, that's true.
they're not going to have they only have a fur coat on, but that's their fur coat.
Yes, yes. That's,
Yeah, and you can even see on our brochure we are definitely family friendly, and you can see that this
Oh,
this
yes.
picture right here
With all the
this couple
kids
with
in
their
them.
kids. That was at one of the Skinny Dips one year.
Mhm.
That's cool. And get their kids started young.
Oh sure.
Just to be free and natural.
Oh, absolutely, and to understand that their body is fine the way it is.
Right.
People go that clothes are a bit of a shaming kind of a thing. That's something that we've it's culturally what we've grown up with,
Right.
and so people are very much afraid to come.
I know
out of
when
them.
you go to like they say the French Riviera or the Italian Riviera, they don't wear any clothes.
Not a lot.
Yeah.
And they've been doing that for eons.
That's their culture, true.
Right.
So they're a little more at ease with it, and you can really see the change in disposition of somebody, the anxiety that would be around somebody who is afraid to be nude in front of people, as opposed to somebody who's okay with it.
Okay. And you had the bowling night. That went off.
That went off. We're gonna do that again. That one's coming up. In fact, we just have we'll get him indoctrinated, but we have a guy that's volunteered to be more of the event planner of things.
How cool is
And
that?
in fact, he was the guy who had that potluck that we were
Okay.
talking about at his house. And so he'd like to do more of that kind of thing and be involved. And so I think that'd be awesome. And so I'd like to get another bowling event done in what's the end
Jensen?
last quarter, fall area, I guess.
Okay. I'm sure they would be up for that. They said they had so much fun.
They did. They really liked it. And I got some good feedback from them.
Yes.
They liked us as a group.
Right. They were so cool with it.
Yeah.
Yep.
So yeah, we'll definitely do that again.
Yeah, as long as you clean up after yourself, So that's
Well,
I mean, that's a big
they
thing
don't make a
when-
mess.
right.
they sit on a towel.
Right.
I mean, they are what they have to do is rent the whole facility.
Right. Uh-huh.
Right.
So no one can come in off the street, to the bar area or
Right.
anything. And there was no cleanup. They said it was perfect.
Isn't that great?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a good group.
And how many people participated in the bowling?
There was about, I think it was like close to 45.
Wow,
it was
that's
somewhere in
pretty
that
That's
range.
that's good.
That's a good turnout.
Yeah, it was.
Did you use all the lanes?
All but one. Actually, the last two lanes there at the very end weren't necessary for the amount of people that we had. So
Okay.
we used almost. The
I
whole
know
thing.
if you bowl, like when I go in on Sundays, I bowl by myself, so I take up a whole lane. So it depends on how you want to bowl and if you're a twosome or a foursome and this and that. And they are so accommodating
Mhm.
at Jensen Beach Bowl.
Yeah,
They really are. And they're friendly. I mean, everybody smiles. You could bowl a 50 or you could bowl a 300 and they're excited for you. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They must love the redesign of the curve in the road. That whole
Oh,
that's probably, now that they've completed it, it's probably been good for business now. I would think.
well, it wasn't bad before
Yeah.
because they have their people that regularly come on league
Right.
nights and do this and that. So what probably bothered them is when they ripped up the
the
parking lot.
construction.
No, not the construction on the road, but the parking lot through the strip mall next door
Ah.
that came around the corner
Right.
because you couldn't drive through there. And a lot of us will come down and I'll hit the strip mall and then come in the sideway
Right.
instead of coming down 707 and going through the roundabout. But other than that, they're hunky dory.
Good. Yeah. Well, it really makes that whole area look so much better.
Oh, the roundabout is wonderful.
It's really-
Langford Landing, what they did with that roundabout is wonderful.
It's really improved the streetscape, I think,
It did.
dramatically. Yeah.
It did.
Yeah.
Yep.
So that'll be
Almost
good.
as good as Ocean Breeze.
That's an amazing improvement too.
I'm not necessarily a
believe how-
fan of what's in the middle of the roads and the
No.
landscaping in the middle. I know it's traffic calming.
Right.
I would have rather seen it a little bit bigger for the boats and the semis to go through because it's
It's very, very narrow.
it's
Yeah.
very narrow.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Not a whole lot of road to
No.
deal with.
And plus the modular homes or whatever you call them, the park models there,
Yeah.
they could have made them a little bit more back off the road.
Well, they want to use up all the real estate.
I understand that, but there's no margin for error.
No.
No margin for error and through there. And I understand. I get it all.
Yeah.
I'm on the NAC board, so I understand what they're trying to do. But for the local people, I would rather seen it a foot or two wider.
Yeah. Would have been better.
Yeah.
I hear what you're saying. Yeah.
hmm
But
So,
Hmm.
and they're doing sidewalks all through Rio.
I see that. Yeah.
So
Yeah. So when that'll be, do you know when that'll be finished?
it depends on when they get access to all the land.
Oh,
There's different parcels that they
I see
didn't have
that. It's
access
kind
to
of like, it's kind of, they do an area and they skip an area and they do an area.
because they don't have access yet.
access mean
The-
permission by the
The landowners.
wasn't it done in the,
Mm-mm.
that is done on private property?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Yep.
It's not on the easement?
Nope. Apparently, you have to get permission from the property owners. And
I
if
will
you
tell you this, that whenever they plant a sidewalk, it's considered a capital improvement
right,
and their taxes go up.
don't tell the people of Rio that.
It's true. It's true.
It's okay. Whatever it is,
Yeah.
it looks wonderful.
It does. And it's
And what's it
make
going to make their taxes? Our taxes, they want to raise them anyway for the
Right.
school board this
Right.
year. And that's going to go up. If they do the one tax, our taxes are going to go up like $300. If they do the other tax, it's a sales tax. So they want to hit us in both pockets,
Yeah.
in the money pocket.
In the money pocket.
It's a money pit. So
Yeah. But yeah, so that's but it'll be nice when it's done and make that whole area more pedestrian friendly. I think
that's what we
that's the
want.
goal, right?
Walk around the neighborhood.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
and we do all walk around. I walk the neighborhoods. I don't know if you walk your neighborhood, but you
I
and
do.
Tiffany do.
Yeah, we do.
And so it's nice to have the sidewalks and
We're
be
about the only we see it maybe, especially during the summer months. We see maybe another couple maybe walking, but in the winter months we see lots of folks, but they're transitory. They're not really,
Right.
Yeah,
but you see them, you wave,
yeah.
say good morning, and you know them.
Yeah,
That's good.
Yeah.
So a lot of people walk Blind Creek Beach.
They do.
Good.
Lots of it's for the distance. You get 2 miles of beach. It's great to go walking on it. And when you leave the main hub of where the majority of the people are, it feels like you're on a little desert island all by yourself.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's why you go up so early.
we get up there. We are actually all by ourselves when we get up there. We're the only people on the beach, and we have the whole beach to ourselves when we get there. And we'll hike up and down the beach, and it's a good, and that stretch of beach is so smooth, so flat. There's this one area where there's a lot of seashells,
Oh,
right on the northern portion of the beach, and so you got to step gingerly through there, but otherwise it's great. Yeah.
Do you pick up the seashells?
Oh, we occasionally find some real keepers. Yes.
Good.
Yes.
Are those World War II? I haven't been there in a little bit. Those World War II those slabs that are north a bit, are they still visible, or have they been buried now?
I think they're buried. Yeah. Yeah. They come and go.
Yeah, they do.
It's amazing because earlier the beach was almost gone. It was a very narrow portion of the beach that was left
Mhm.
from all the storms.
And Mother Nature did this?
Right. But now all the beach is back.
They didn't blow it in?
No, it's just,
You know, if everyone would realize this,
Uh-huh.
that the Mother Nature will come and go. They just spent how many millions of
Oh.
dollars on Bathtub Beach again?
many years ago when Henry used to do the Friday show,
Uh-huh.
right? Henry talked about having the county buy the dredging equipment
Right.
and own it rather than leasing it, because for what they pay to lease it, the county can own it,
Mhm.
and then the county can do the dredging whenever they need it if they feel they have to do it. To
Right.
put beaches back or whatever. Sometimes they have to open up a channel that gets closed up.
Well, look at they have to do the shoals at the crossroads,
Right.
Because the sand
Right.
all blew in again, and it's a low spot for big boats that go out there, and they're going to get stuck.
This is the
So-
problem. Government doesn't listen. Business people understand things in a more intimate way,
Right.
how things are supposed to work and the best way to approach them.
Right.
And government isn't run by business people. That's the
But-
problem.
No.
Well,
That is
it's
that is-
starting to change.
yes, it is changing, but that's been the problem. You get, we're from the government, we're here to help, and that's the words you never want to hear.
Right. Right.
No, we don't need any help. Thanks.
No, let's just do it ourselves.
Yes.
Yeah.
Army Corps of Engineers is a good
Yeah.
example.
They did a perfect job. Their job was to drain South Florida, and
They did.
Yep,
And now they're
replumb it.
trying to replumb it, and
They're-
it's
yeah. But they did exactly what they were mandated to do, and they did an awesome job. The problem is it wasn't the right thing to do.
right.
Yeah.
No, they did the Kissimmee River. They tried to change it and straighten it out,
They did. It,
and it didn't work.
it worked better. The problem was it just what they took out all the oxbows.
Right.
And what would take water weeks to drain into Lake Okeechobee would happen in a couple, 2-3 days.
That's right. And so now we got all this. We got the blue-green algae,
right.
and I never asked anybody. They don't drain the water off the top of the lake. They drain the water, I believe, off the bottom of the
Well,
lake.
when they opened the thing,
Yeah.
right.
So that's where all the sediment, and that's where all.
The
If they
muck.
just did the top of the lake, we might not get so much blue-green algae.
I don't know. That's a good question.
That would be a good question.
Yeah.
Okay,
All
that's
right.
we can ask.
Well, some companies actually have special filtering
Oh, they do.
devices, and they were saying that without too much effort, they could actually run the water through a filtering device, which would
Isn't that what the
create
guy
some
did
help,
down here
yeah.
last year?
Right.
down at the one marina going out of Alice Avenue.
Hmm.
And he was like sucking it out and throwing it through a filtering system and putting the water back.
Right.
And he took out all the algae in there.
Right. Right. Especially you got those dead pockets of water, and those are ideal opportunities to do those sort of things. Yeah.
Yep.
But
it's not fun when it says, do not go in the water. Blue-green algae might cause effects.
yeah, and there's and I understand there's new signage going up, so that which kind of segues us back to the beach. So is the beach being affected by in its current location, that portion of the beach? Some beaches are actually being affected by the water drainage from the river.
Right.
We have not been.
Yeah.
I think it was last year or was it the year before when all that blue green algae
16.
really was
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah.
And it never touched us.
I think you're too far north.
We're right in the middle. We're
But
right.
but it comes down through the St. Lucie and the estuary and into
There's
Jensen Beach.
Well, there's the Fort Pierce Inlet.
I don't think that they get affected.
yeah, they do.
Do
Yeah.
they?
There's
I
water.
haven't heard of anything up there.
There's water comes through there too, I believe.
Yeah. So there was some, and then south of us, we're right in the middle of that, so it just never reached us.
You're lucky. You're
Yeah.
lucky. Because I know fishermen that come in, it's out in the ocean. It's out like, they have to go miles out
Mm-hmm.
because they don't want to get into that dark, yucky water.
Right. Well, yeah.
And you don't want to catch fish in that.
That's the other issue.
Yeah.
Where are you getting your fish? I won't eat anything out of the river. I'm sorry.
Well, I mean, Craig used to tell me, at the fish house, that that are all the fish that he would bring in, it's all barcoded.
Right.
Everything.
Yeah.
They know the
Where
batch, where it came
yep.
from. They know the history of that, and so they can every batch of product he produced. He was able to authenticate.
Yeah. They had to stop just
that way, if
smoking
there was
local
a problem,
people's fish.
They could isolate it.
Trace it back to
Trace
the
it right
Right.
back. Yeah.
Yep. But they quit doing local fish because they didn't know where it was caught. They couldn't tell them.
Right.
And they couldn't tell them the history.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
hmm
So that's
So
all.
if you're a fisherman, you can do your own and take your chances.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Yes.
All right.
Boogie that, boogie that.
Boogity, we're gonna boogity out of here.
Is it time?
Yes, our mid-show break.
Oh, yes, they call him the street.
And we'll be right back, so stay tuned.
Okay. More of Nelson coming up.
He's just as proud as he can be of his anatomy. He gonna give us a peek.
Now it's time for today's Southeast AgNet Report, which is brought to you by Everglades Farm Equipment, a family-owned business for the past 50 years with 10 Florida locations, including Fort Pierce, Okeechobee, and Loxahatchee. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Splish splash, I was taking a bath. Long about a Saturday night. Yeah. Rubbed up, just relaxing in the tub. Thinking everything was
Little
all
Bobby
right.
Darin for you.
It's the Mr. Bubbles magic moment. I can't wait to talk about
Yeah,
Mr.
tell your
Bubbles.
story. All right.
I will. I am so excited that Mr. Bubbles is our sponsor. So every week I try to do a little something. So I was at Lowe's yesterday, and I have this lawn problem, and this lady next to me had a lawn problem. She bought a new house, and she was looking for a tractor. They were supposed to leave her the riding tractor and didn't do it.
Oh.
So then we ventured inside the store, and I see her, and she's looking at a pressure washer. Well, the pressure washer was bigger than her and I. And I said to her, I've used one of those. And guess what? I was up in the air, like when that thing turns on and all the
Push you
pressure
around the house, yeah.
I was like not doing anything.
Yeah.
I said, what you need is Mr. Bubbles. And she looked at me and said, what's Mr. Bubbles? And I said, that's our pressure washing system in Martin and St. Lucie County. And I said, he has little where you sign up to
Right.
do home maintenance.
Right.
I said, you have a pool, She said yes, and now I got to turn the chemicals. So we talked about her going to the egg center and taking the water there, or going to one of the water treatment places,
Right,
or the
right.
pool places.
Right.
But we went on to Mr. Bubbles, and so she took all the information down, and I said,
Yeah.
you can get him online.
Yep.
I said he has a big little van that it has bubbles all over it, and I said you will not do wrong. I said you need your driveway done, you need your pool deck done,
And
and
sidewalk.
you need your
to walk it,
sidewalks.
Right.
You need anything done.
Right.
You can do a home maintenance package, and it won't cost you but pennies
Right.
to get this done. And she thanked me so much. She said, "You're a wealth of information." And I said, "Thank you. Yes, I'm a hairdresser. You have to be a wealth of information." I said, "But also, he's a sponsor on the radio, WSTU." And she was like so elated that we
Yes.
talked about Mr. Bubbles. And I hope that she calls.
Well, I'm sure she will.
I think she will,
And she's probably
because she
one of
was
our new-
overwhelmed anyway, being a first-time
Right.
homeowner at our age,
Yeah.
and then having to deal with doing all
Yeah,
this
she
stuff
was
that you don't
overwhelmed.
think.
She was
She was like
overwhelmed.
a princess,
Yeah.
So she was going to try to tackle some of it, but I think she will call
Yeah. Yeah.
Mr. Bubbles.
Yes, they'll definitely make her life a lot easier. It's one thing that she can check off her list of things.
Exactly. And
to
I
do.
said, you know
Yeah.
what? Sometimes it's easier to
Mm.
pay to get something done. It will take you all day with
Right.
a little,
Right.
pressure washer.
And-
They have all the tools. They have the donuts. They have this. They have that.
the right
And bing,
chemicals,
bing,
too.
bang, boom. And it's like $30. She said, "You got to be kidding me." And I said, "No." I said, and they'll have the right chemicals,
Yeah.
so that the algae won't come back so quickly.
And they won't. Yeah. I mean, because you don't want chemicals to hurt any of your growing things, any of your vegetation, your grass and your trees and your
Exactly.
shrubs. And so, he takes good care of all that. But start at the roof, always get the roof clean, and then start and work your way down.
Yes. So that was a good
Yes.
confrontation with this lady yesterday, and we had a great talk. And
And she's probably a loyal listener now here on WSTU as well, right?
well,
You
if
told her about the radio station.
I did.
Yes,
I did.
I'm sure you did. Somehow I knew that.
but anyway,
Yeah.
that was I was so excited to come and give a little testimonial today.
Yeah.
And I'll try to do that every week, because we love having Mr. Bubbles as our sponsor.
Yes. Yeah. Good outfit, good people, and
It's a family run.
yes. And he's-
Family run outfit.
and he's got his son involved now, which
Right.
he's home on summer break, so his
And
son's-
that's the best.
it's a great job for his son home from school.
Yeah. And plus, it's so
Perfect.
hot outside. Why not get wet?
Right. And that's the best part about getting wet.
And if he's a
long as-
teenager,
Right.
what doesn't want to look at a nice young man?
Well, it's eye candy for the ladies of the house. Yeah, okay.
Exactly.
So, but one of the things that Ray mentioned that it never occurred to me is they're happy to work in the rain. It doesn't bother them.
Right.
As long as there's no lightning involved, they're happy to work in the rain. So, and they can do just as good of a job whether it's raining or dry outside.
Right.
It's kind of a neat idea.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
We're going to get wet anyway.
Right.
Mhm.
Yeah. Perfect.
It is
You
perfect.
never know they were there.
No, I'm going to have them when I was just about ready for them to come and do my driveway so I could paint it.
Right.
But now I got the lawn thing going on, and my faucet broke. The
Oh.
whole center fell out the other night of
Oh,
my faucet. I never had that happen before. The
hard-
faucet's okay, but I have no sprayer. And when you
Oh.
turn it on, it's like, woo, everywhere.
Oh, you mean your aerator?
Yeah.
Oh,
Or the whole thing fell out.
okay.
So you have to, you can't buy just the aerator and put it back in.
No.
You
Of
have to
course
buy
not.
the whole new
Up
faucet.
to the whole assembly. Yeah.
So that's my project this weekend.
Okay. All right. I know what you'll be doing.
Yep.
All
Under
right.
trying to get underneath that tiny little.
Well, you're a tiny person, so that doesn't.
Yeah,
hurt.
but it doesn't make a difference.
Yeah.
Whoever devised
yeah,
how to put a faucet in
it was
had to be a guy,
It was.
because a woman wouldn't devise it like that.
And I'll
It-
tell you,
it-
another thing too is men should never design a kitchen.
no, they shouldn't.
Men have no business trying to design a kitchen.
It's true.
I am saying that for the guys of the world. Women know how to lay out a kitchen, and it's not a sexist thing. It's just
It's just
women know what they're doing.
because where they want. I'd rather have drawers.
Yeah.
Than to have to get down on my hands and knees and then put one cabinet that goes 6 feet back. So
Right.
what do you put in the back of the closet that you're never going to use again?
Right.
You know, and you
Right.
can't see back there unless you have a flashlight.
Yeah. Yeah.
I know. Yep. We're on the same page. That's good. Sometimes we're not.
Yeah. Well, it's just a lot of things that make sense, and
Yes.
you can't argue with.
You know, men can do a garage
yes,
because they can put their tools and do everything.
Yes, that's right. Yeah, pegboard. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Diamond plates. You have to have a lot of diamond plate, right?
Well, sure.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely.
And but I put my
Workbenches.
tools back.
yes.
When I use something, I put it back so I know exactly where it's at.
Right.
When I've been involved with men in my life, they leave them everywhere.
Sure.
And I don't know if they're expecting me to put them back, but then they ask me where they are, and I said I don't know. And then they're in the middle of 50 acres, and they're like, well, you left it out there
Yeah.
after the rain, and
Whoops.
yep,
Ruh-roh.
yep. I do like to keep my tools.
Right. Yes. You got well, sure. And that way, when you need them, they're there, and they're
And you can go right to them.
right. It makes sense. Absolutely.
And everyone needs a toolbox,
Yeah.
whether you know what to do with the tools or not. You need a toolbox, and a lot of people don't know.
No,
It's amazing
I know.
these days.
I know.
Who knows how to use a toolbox or what? There's different hammers for different projects.
Yes.
There's different wrenches. There's different pliers. There's,
Different screwdrivers.
right.
Oh boy. Yes.
Yep. You have several. Who has a star screwdriver? I do. That people don't know what to do with that. you
Right.
know.
Right. I know. I've got all the bits for screwdriver attachments, and you
Uh-huh.
can do it that way too, which is pretty handy.
And sockets.
yeah.
And
Oh,
you
God.
know,
Oh yeah. And you got
and
yeah,
millimeters.
meters.
Yes, are different.
Yes.
We got metric. You've got regular.
standard. Yes. Yes. So I have to have, I have all those things and the duplications. And that's a guy thing, because somebody comes across an extra toolbox or, extra set of socket sets, and they'll say, gee, I'm not using this. Will you take that? I go, and I always say yes.
Oh yeah.
So I got duplications, triplications, because some of my, what happens, some of the sockets get wore out and
Oh, yeah.
they don't fit right. So I'll switch them out, and I'll throw away the one that's no good. But I'll cannibalize them and make one good set,
Yep. That's wonderful.
Yeah. It's,
When I moved from my big house to my bungalow, I took all my tools and I laid them out, and I gave what I didn't need, because I did a lot of automotive work and I worked on engines and built cars and
Yeah.
stuff like that. So I gave all the extra. I filled up the back of a pickup truck for Martin County High School teacher for his automotive class.
Oh,
now,
nice.
my son probably used some of your tools.
He probably did. He was going to make toolboxes at the end of the year for the kids.
Oh, that's a great idea.
So
Oh,
I was
great.
really happy with that I did that.
Oh, sure. It all gets, as long as it's getting used, that's the important
Exactly.
thing.
So this is our 3/4 break.
Yes.
We have none after this.
It's our-
we'll be back
it's
to
our
talk
last
to
break.
Nelson.
Yes.
We want to see how many
Yeah.
bathing suits everyone's going to wear at the skinny dip.
Oh, yeah. Well, we're going to do a head count on bathing suits when we come back. All right. Stay tuned. We are back once again.
We are back.
Thank you for listening. And we got the closing moments of the show. Debbie likes to do the weekend roundup. They give you.
That's what I was just going to pull up. So let me do that. And let's go back over with the skinny dip and get some final
thoughts from Nelson on
Yes.
on that.
Some play-by-play. Well,
Yeah.
let's see. The skinny dip is on the 15th, Sunday the 15th. It actually starts at 2, but we're suggesting people get there early in the morning because parking gets limited. Last year we actually had people at work. The parking was out on the street. We had so many there.
Wow.
And recently we had some new parking lot renovations that will help with that too.
Excellent. Well, oh yeah, they changed the design of the roundabout.
Is it
right?
working out
Took
good?
that whole little center section out. And I understand they're going to put a little fence down the center of it so that cars can park on either side of it all the
like
way
a
down.
diagonal.
Could be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess diagonal coming in and diagonal going out.
Sure.
That makes sense.
That would make sense. So that'll help. So definitely get there early. If you get there early at 9:00, there'll be a yoga class from 9 to 10, and then there's just the beach to be a part of. That we'll have a tent there and things set up. And I don't know if we're actually selling anything, but we're the intent is for just registration for the skinny dip.
If you sell anything, it'd have to be sunscreen.
Yeah,
Hats.
yeah, definitely bring
Fashionable
sunscreen.
Hats and armbands and ankle weights for walking and stuff like that.
Do you have ankle weights?
I do.
Why?
Because when you walk, it just adds.
If
It
it's
adds,
windy
it
out,
adds lead to your feet so that
Oh.
it makes
Just
your
a
legs work
little
harder.
resistance for
Yeah.
muscle toning and
all
Mhm.
right. Oh, all right. I thought maybe because you walk out in a windy day or something, you want to make sure you don't get.
probably helps there too.
Yeah. Okay.
As long as I don't hold the balloons up, I'm okay.
Oh yeah, no balloons. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's balloon.
It's up and away.
Yeah. Wow.
That happened a couple times.
really?
Yeah, when it was really windy with a bunch of Mylar balloons, and if you're too light, you just take off.
Wow. That
It-
must be fun to watch.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't for the fall down.
No. No.
No.
How far off the ground did you get?
Oh, probably about 6 feet.
Good night, Irene. How many balloons did you have?
I don't remember. There was a bunch.
I guess so. You know, the trick is to maybe let go of one balloon at a time, and that would.
Well, no,
lower
they're
you.
all tied together.
right.
You either leave them all.
Nelson's nodding his head. It's like, okay, you let go. You're 6 feet off the ground. You let go of the balloons. This is not going to end well.
No. Exactly. Exactly.
Oops.
So
Wow. Too funny.
So we
that's
got-
where those ankle weights would have come in handy.
yes, that would have. Yeah. So we have a fishing tournament going on. It's not till September, but it's for the Boys and Girls Club of St. Lucie County. It's being put on by let's see, Rick Miller from TRM Corporation, and they are inshore and offshore for the kids.
Right. $150 for inshore, 200
Sponsor
yes.
and offshore sponsors 250. They're trying to get a boat or 2 boats to take the kids out to do offshore,
Nice.
and then have inshore people and sponsors to take the kids, to just do it inshore and
right.
off the beach or wherever it is. It's at Causeway Cove Marina, where Nelson's going to be for the 4th of July. It's the new marina, I believe. When you're going Seaway Drive, it's to the right.
Okay.
It used to be a park for manufactured homes.
Okay.
There was
Really?
yeah, it was a manufactured. I
Not-
want to say manufactured home. It was a trailer park,
Okay.
basically. And so
anymore.
they cleaned that out when they did all the condos back when,
Yeah.
and condos didn't want to look at the Airstreams and the manufactured housing, so it's been empty for a long time. So now there's a new marina there, and they made all kinds of slips, and
Wow.
they're going gangbusters.
Probably looks a lot better.
Probably.
Yeah.
I don't know. You can see it when you're going over the causeway, you can really see it, but you can get to it. It's on the right as you're going Seaway Drive.
Yeah. Yeah, I know the spot.
Okay.
Yeah, beautiful.
Okay. So if you want to call 772-460-9918, extension 107, Alicia Marshall. She's with the Boys and Girls Club of St. Lucie County. And let's get the kids fishing.
Yeah. Sure. Have them.
When we got 4th
Yeah.
of July going on, and the Causeway Cove Marina is doing 4th of July in Fort Pierce this year. Usually City Marina does it, but it's over on Seaway Drive. We've
Okay.
got the City of Stewart. We used to work that every year.
I know it.
I missed that.
I'm going through withdrawal symptoms myself. Yeah.
But our other
Because
sponsor,
like for 25 years, been doing that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, it's my
Right.
first wife would say, "You go in there again?" I go, "Yeah, it's the 4th of July. You just have to do this."
we had a lot of fun.
Yeah, absolutely. I love.
I mean, I love doing that.
What is? I mean, apple pie, 4th
Right.
of July.
right.
It's just and patriotic music. I mean,
Well,
Yeah.
but Mark Mahler,
yeah,
at Ellie's Downtown Deli, has
Yeah.
taken over the Harborage restaurant,
right.
and they're doing 4th of July, $25. You have to have reservations, I believe. They can hold just so many. It's on the 2nd floor at the Harborage, where beside Wahoo's. That's the easiest way. Everyone knows where Wahoo's was.
Yeah,
And that's off of Fern Avenue. You go over, take a left, and then you go up to the Harborage.
mhm.
He's doing ribs. He's doing a mashed potato bar. He's
Nice.
doing wings. He's doing hot dogs, hamburgers. And you can sit there and watch the festivities. I don't know about Mulligan's. I didn't hear anything, but I'm sure Mulligan's is going to do something. And downtown Stewart has, I don't know, did they call it the 4th on Flagler yet?
I don't know what they're gonna call it.
But
Yeah.
usually they're going to have a festivity, and that usually runs from noon
Mhm.
till like 10 o'clock.
Yeah. Yeah, but you can go on the City of Stewart website,
and-
and then you
and-
can get more information. I know that the city programs start at 4 in the afternoon. Historically, we always did it around 4
Right.
anyways. And there's going to be, always have kiddie activities, face painting.
Right.
A lot of that
Yeah,
sort
they
of
made
thing.
it family
Mhm.
friendly.
Yep. Yeah.
And I'm sure they're going to have vendors down there with food or food trucks
Yeah. We
doing
used to have
whatever.
pony rides. You remember the pony rides?
I do.
Yeah. Yeah. Joyce. From,
The pony man is gone.
Yeah.
He probably got elderly, and I don't know what happened to the ponies.
yeah. Yeah.
But he hasn't been around for a while.
Yeah. I know. Well, she sold the business.
Oh,
Joyce's Party Ponies, and they sold the business, and I don't know what became with the new owners and how that all worked out. So
they
Yeah.
probably moved him to Okeechobee.
it could be. It could be. I know there's a lot of schlepping to get the ponies into
Oh,
Stewart.
having
of work.
horses. I had 3 horses. It's a lot of work.
Yeah.
I mean, every day.
Yeah.
You know, you got to brush them. You got to feed them. You got to do whatever you got to
Take
do.
care of
And
'em,
then
yeah.
you got to take. I mean, any animal that you have,
Right.
you have to put them in your realm of the day.
Right.
Whether and I had a whole menagerie, so it would take me with all my partying I still had to come home and take care of everybody.
That's amazing.
It is amazing. I don't know how I did some of
I
the
don't know
stuff
how
I
you
did.
did it. I get tired just thinking about all the things you do. I got to take a nap after talking to you. It's like, wow, too much.
So,
Yeah.
how's your weekend going to go? And where are you spending the 4th?
Going to be probably down in West Palm Beach with my wife.
Okay,
Spending the 4th.
but
down
you
there.
could go to Clematis.
Yeah.
They have they have a wonderful fireworks
We might
on
be
Flagler.
doing that. Yeah. We
The
might
4th
be
on
doing that.
Flagler down in West Palm.
Yeah.
And where are you spending the 4th, Nelson?
Well, I guess up in Fort Pierce.
Fort
Up at
Pierce.
that,
Okay, you're going to
marina.
be doing.
At
You're
the
going to
marina.
stay for the fireworks.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it makes sense.
You may see me up there. I may venture up there for a while, but then venture back down south again.
Yeah.
I-
I think
I-
their event starts at 4, I think.
Yeah.
Up there.
But I might be a little bit of everywhere because it's the one day in the middle of the week and I'm not working. But I have to work Tuesday and Thursday, so I won't be out super late. But I can always go down in Rio and watch the fireworks.
Hmm.
I can see them from the river,
Yeah.
so that's always a good thing. So, is
Yeah.
it time?
Well, we got what do we got? Couple
Hey,
minutes.
Gerard, I'm just going to say a hi out to you. I'm glad you're listening. Bonnie and Tom, they may be listening. Beth and Lori may be listening. I don't know who all's listening tonight.
Right.
We have different people.
Don't forget Sunday we've got the AmVets.
AM Vets Breakfast.
Right.
Yep, that still goes
Ryle.
on.
Mhm.
Yep.
You wanna-
So there's a lot going on. And if you're in doubt, go on StewartNightlife.com.
Right.
They will tell you different events that are going on. We've got Sailors, we've got Terra Firmata, we've got the Pelican Cafe, we've got the Sneaky Tiki, we've got Shuckers, we've got Down in the Pocket, we've got everyone down there doing everything's going to be from 4th of July on now. This weekend starts
Yeah.
4th of July.
Right.
So wear your red, white, and blue.
There you go. Okay, gonna do it.
Okay.
All right. Take care.
Ciao for now.